you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2021, the album. Today, June 21st, my husband's 37th birthday. The album, Dad AF. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Come on, sing with me. Happy birthday. This is the Broadway part. Dear Alex, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How are you guys doing today? Okay, before I get into this video, I thought this would be an appropriate time to announce that this video, yes, this video is sponsored by AdamandEve.com, one of our favorite companies of life. I usually do them on drama videos, but here, let me move the camera over just a little bit. I usually do them on drama videos, but since I talk so much about the importance of intimacy and the 12 points of intimacy and all that stuff, I thought, why not do the Adam and Eve sponsorship this month on the Q&A that I do with my husband, Alejandro. So, for Alex's birthday, you can go over, no, not just for his birthday, anytime, okay, you can use my code Peter, and you can get 50% off your first item plus free shipping and handling at AdamandEve.com, okay? They have 24-hour customer service, which means if you get something in the mail you don't like, what do you do?
Or if it gets stuck.
Or if it gets stuck, you just call them up and you say,
send more lube.
No, my lord, no. Okay, so anyway, this video, please do not. Anyway, you can do that, or they also, if it's not working because it got stuck, then you send it back, and there's a 90-day hassle-free policy, right?
Wash it first.
But please wash it first. No, and the best thing about this is that 20% of their proceeds goes to the prevention of HIV and AIDS around the world, which is amazing. People ask all the time, because I say on here that I bought my husband a ton of Christmas presents. You don't need to be specific about what we bought, but I bought my husband a bunch of presents from Adam and Eve for Christmas. Did you enjoy them?
Yes, we have.
Are you continuing to enjoy them?
I brought one to this trip.
Oh my lord, oh my lord. So anyway, go over there. I love when people direct message me or email me and they're like, we used your code and all this kind of stuff. Couples reach out to me all the time. They're like, we used your code. We went through there. That was really fun. So thank you so much. Use my code Peter at AdamandEve.com. Now,
are they explicit when they tell you what they...
Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes people are like, oh, this is what we bought and whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Do they send you videos?
No, Alex, they do not send me videos.
Thank you.
Transition. Okay, so let's get into the Q&A part of this video. We were having a conversation today in the ocean, and I said something about, because I'm like watching so many couples channels right now, and I said something to him about, like, you know, the only time I would start a 7th channel is if we did a couples channel. And he said, well, I don't want to do a couples channel because you want to edit me because of the things that I say on video. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of true. But anyway, so let's get into this video now. When Alex and I go on vacation, typically Alex asks me, he's like, are we going to do the Q&A this trip? Because we always, you just said before we started this, you said.
It wouldn't be a trip without a Q&A.
It wouldn't be a trip if we didn't do a Q&A. So we just got back from the beach. Now, I do want to give a special shout out. So we were sitting on the beach in all of my glorious, very, I would say, in shape, best body that I've ever had in my life, fitness shape.
And we were in the nude beach area.
We were not. But we were sitting there, we had just gotten out of the water, and I'm sitting there, you know, in all my glory and all this kind of stuff. And this girl's like looking at me right next to us, right? And I'm like, this girl's like staring at me, like, and she is like, fine body. I mean, her body was intense, like, and she was being perfect body, right? And she goes, are you Peter? And I go, yes. And she goes, oh, I watch your videos. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. So we sat down there and talked to her. And after about like 10 or 15 minutes, she was like, oh, she was like, I'm kind of like do this kind of stuff too. And I said, oh really, what do you do? And she's like, well, I'm more like on Instagram. And I knew as soon as she said it, I was like, this girl's gonna have like 1 million followers. And sure enough, she had 1 million followers. And she's like a fitness Instagrammer, and her name is Susie B Fitness. So I will link her below below. Go check her out. She was so nice. She and her fiance, we sat there and talked to them all day.
I think it's like Susie_KB.
Susie_KB is what it is, but I'll link it below. But her Instagram, I just looked it up, is called Susie B Fitness. And she's super cool, and she has a fashion page as well. And yeah, she and her fiance are so nice. And they're like, they live kind of close to us. So anyway, it was really nice meeting them. And then we were sitting there, and the guy that we have known from the last time that we were down here, that was like the beach guy, the attendant, he comes up to, like, he's like, we talked to him all day long, and he came up to me. This literally, you guys, never happens to me. And he leaned down and he looked at me and he goes, I've seen one of your videos. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, this is like not the place that I want people coming up and noticing me. So needless to say, okay.
Was it your OnlyFans?
It was my OnlyFans. Alex is doing anything possible to get this video demonetized. Okay, let's get right into, woo! Do you want to sing the song? Do you know it by now?
I don't know.
When your lips are dry as mine, then it's Lunar Beauty time. Do you want some lip gloss?
No.
Let me put some lip gloss on you.
No,
Come on.
thank
You use it sometimes. Come on. Just tell me. Tell the people that is like the best lip gloss in the entire world. They're like, look at Alex. He is so over it right now. Isn't that so nice? You don't act like you don't use it. Sometimes you do. You do. Okay. So you ready for the questions?
Mm-hmm.
If you were going to ask us a question on a Q&A, what would you ask?
Best traveling trick.
Oh, that's a good one. What would you say is the best traveling trick?
Go to a place that you really want to go and don't do the touristy stuff. Just do the stuff that you really want to do.
Like the more like local stuff?
Do the stuff that you really want to do.
That's a good idea. Okay. Now let's get into, I don't know what my tourist trick would be, or my traveling trick. Always book on a Monday and a Tuesday. The prices are much lower. That's my traveling trick. Okay, what is your favorite photo together?
My favorite photo together, we have a lot. And Peter's a creature of habit, so they all kind of look the same.
Prune, turtle, prune. My favorite picture of us is, I think it's our very first picture that we ever took when we were in Chicago.
Yeah.
When I drove up there. So Alex went to Chicago. We met and had our first date on like a Monday. And that weekend, his brother was visiting from out of town, and they went to Chicago to visit a friend. And so Alex called me, rather intoxicated, and said, why don't you drive up here and hang out with me in Chicago for this weekend? And I called a friend of mine. I was actually out at a bar. And I said, should I go? And she was like, what do you have to lose? And I was like, good point. So I drove up to Chicago. That's actually kind of it's kind of an interesting story. We will tell that. We've told it, I think, on here before. But anyway, needless to say, I drove to Chicago at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we spent like 2 days together. And the next day, that was the very first picture that we had ever taken together, was when we were laying in bed. Mm-hmm. I'll put it up here somewhere so you guys can see it. So do you not have one that just comes?
I think like all the ones from our wedding are probably my favorite, just because it was just like so like true to our characters. You know, like especially the ones that were like standing in the lobby, or the ones that are like, it's like to our back and you're grabbing my butt. That was my idea.
That's over our bed. You got that pulled into or made into a big framed picture. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put that one up here somewhere too if I can find it. Have y'all ever felt stuck in life? Have a fabulous vacay and happy 37th birthday, Alex. That's from Gigi.
Hi, Gigi.
I felt stuck in life often. You know, I talk on my other videos, more like my vlog, my Peterisms channel, about how like so many people are like, you're positive all the time and blah, 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 whatever. But, you know, I mean, especially since he's on camera, this would be a good time to talk about it. It was several years ago, and not too long ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago, that Alex said to me, oh no, it would have been before I came back into the rooms of recovery. Alex said to me, I said to him, what do you want for Christmas next year? And he said, I want you to wake up with a smile on your face every single day because you're so negative, or something to that effect. And for Christmas that year, I gave him a picture of me smiling, which he still has next to his on his dresser or nightstand. And it was really effort for me to like get up and change my attitude to be more positive. And today, I use gratitude, like being like really focusing on gratitude lists and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I feel really stuck a lot. I really lack motivation some days, you know? And we were just talking about this with this couple at the beach today. It's like the weather in the Midwest during the winter is so hard to get up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes I also like it's, you know, very much like Oprah says, like when you've climbed the biggest mountain, you know, like when you've accomplished one dream, then it's time to dream a bigger dream. And I think sometimes once you've accomplished some big goal in your life, like graduating from college or getting your master's degree or getting married or whatever, moving into the home of your dreams, and then it's like, okay, what's next, you know? And I think it's hard, and I think people lack motivation and feel stuck then sometimes. Do you ever feel stuck?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like it wouldn't really be a journey if you wouldn't be stuck at one place and felt that way. And I think that are normally what propels us to succeed and like find ways to continue to grow is feeling stuck at one point or another, because then, you know, you apply what you've learned and then you get unstuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all learning. It's hard though. Favorite book?
Well, since I don't read,
But used to.
I used to.
That's why I included this
I
one.
think Dry was one of my favorite books
By Gaston Burroughs.
by Justin Burroughs of all time.
I think my favorite book, well, it used to be To Kill a Mockingbird, but then last year it changed and it was Where the Crawdads Sing. I think my favorite book at the moment is definitely Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It was fantastic. It was probably one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. The best book I've ever read, God, it's such a hard thing. You know, I think, I was thinking about this the other day. What's the book that I go back to a lot in life? And I have to really say Dumpling by Julie Murphy really, really greatly affected me. So I'd probably say, as of today, Dumpling by Julie Murphy. Okay. A couple's Halloween costume idea for the two of you. So this is really funny. So neither one of us are really big into Halloween couples costumes, but I used to be. And I used to always want us to go as like twinsy kind of costumes, right? And so Alex one year was like, okay, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And we went as sexy lumberjacks and we wore cut-off jean shorts.
Because at the time, like, all my costumes had to be sexy. Like, I was like, if girls are gonna be walking around in like nurse outfits that like barely cover like their smile, then I want to too.
So it was always sexy this or whatever. So we were gonna do some sexy lumberjacks, and so we did. And I was 80 pounds thinner than I am now in shape, and we were working out every day. And so we wore like construction boots with big woolly socks, and we wore jean shorts. And we had big flannel, like red and black plaid shirts on with like suspenders. And then we went and we carried these, what were they?
They were like toy, like chainsaws.
Chainsaws. And we were walking through this area in Indianapolis called Broad Ripple, where it was like, it's very straight section of Indianapolis. And we got called out. Like we were walking across the street. I was like, I look so good. And these guys were like, from their car, they were like, hey, you bunch of, and I was like, okay, we just got called out like in the middle of the street. I thought I looked hot. I thought I looked good. We did look good.
I said hi back.
I don't think we have any pictures.
We did.
You didn't say hi, I'm sure. You probably said something.
I had said something smart.
Do we have pictures of it?
Yeah.
Do you have any pictures with you?
I mean, they're in my phone.
Okay, if we can find it, we'll put a picture up here somewhere of the sexy lumberjacks picture. Okay, does Alex ever get recognized when he's out? Oh, you're such a liar. Alex, people stop him more than they stop me. And they're like, are you Peter Monn's husband? And like, this is what he does. Are you ready? So here I am sitting at home. Okay, I got my hair, which if you watch my vlog, I call this hair over here, Darlene Jolene Joe that's kicking 50. I'm 50 and I like to kick. So anyway, I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, have all this food, little buffet set out. And I'm watching like Family Feud or something. And he'll call me or he'll FaceTime me and he'll be like, this is Judy Smith and she watches your videos and she wants to say hi. And I'm like, hi, Judy Smith. And I like look horrible. And he just does it to embarrass me. But anyway, I hardly ever, nobody ever comes up to me. But people come up to him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's somebody actually that he sees out regularly. Now this is kind of a joke on my vlog because I talk about my basement all the time. And like, I have to clean out my basement. It's like such a mess. And doesn't she always come up? She's like, let me organize your basement. I'm like, do not let her in our house, okay? I don't need anybody that watches my videos seeing our basement. I just don't.
But she's really sweet though.
She's very sweet,
She's always like, let me show you examples and like, please let me do it. And I'm just like, I don't think it's ever really gonna happen just because of like Peter wanting to be like private and like it's just like it's also like for me is junk trash. For Peter it's just like
it's my life, it's my memories.
Exactly.
It's trash. Okay, so anyway. Okay, this is a good question, I think. This is from Phoenix. And it is, if you could double date with any famous couple, who would it be and what would you do? Mine would definitely be Tana Mojo and Jake Paul. No, I don't know. Who would yours be?
Like a famous couple?
Yeah.
I mean, like Jennifer Lopez and like whoever she's
Ben
with
Affleck, right now she's with.
at the time.
That would be a fun couple.
Or Ricky Martin and his husband.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. Who else?
And I mean, if they open it up to Adam and Eve status type, then so be it.
Alex. I'd say, y'all want to use my code right now? Okay, Ricky Martin, if you're watching this video, please use my code. It's good, Peter. It's linked below. What was I gonna say? Oprah and Stedman.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I feel like there's somebody that I think would just be like such a fun couple to go and do something with. Like, I can't think though. Anyway, I don't know. That's a really good question. That's a good question you have to kind of like ponder for a while.
Kyle Richards and Maurizio.
No, I would pass on that.
Oh.
I mean, I like them, but like that wouldn't be that exciting of a dinner.
What do you mean?
Just because you want to be the next cast member of any Real Housewives doesn't mean that. Alex wants to be like the Real Housewife of Indianapolis.
I want to be the first male houseband.
Okay.
Andy Cohen, what's up?
Okay, the battery died, so Alex got to witness on camera the battery died. Okay, you're way sitting way over there. Okay. Next question. Any plans to visit Vegas this year? Actually, we have plans to visit Vegas twice this year. We're going in August for our anniversary, and then we are going for a friend's birthday in September as well. And Alex is like this. He's so serious. Originally, we were planning on doing like a vow renewal in August, but it just got too late. And our friend's birthday that we're going to Vegas for in September, he and his wife were somebody that we would really want to be there. And it's just a lot to ask, especially asking people to come this late in the game. So we're gonna try to plan something for next year, hopefully. So we've got a lot of planning to do, a lot of talking. But it is something that we both want to do. It's something that's important to both of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What song is on the top of Alex's Spotify most listened to song? Oh, that's a good question.
Well, I don't really subscribe to Spotify. I'm more of an Apple Music, and I mean anything like.
You swear by Apple Music. You love it.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, like right now I just got done watching Elite, the new season, so like they have a lot of great music, so a lot of stuff from that show.
Yeah, he's always like, because I don't use Apple Music, and he's like, as soon as he'll Shazam a song, and then it's like, it's just on your playlist, like immediately or something,
yeah.
Right? My number one song, thank you for asking, nobody. My number one song, should we look and see what it is? New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick.
You know, this will be really good for you because Apple Music has the option to show you the lyrics of the song.
Those are the lyrics of the song.
I mean, for any other song you don't know the lyrics to.
Like what? Would it be a song that I don't know the lyrics to?
I don't know.
I know all the songs. Okay. Hold on just a second. Deep dish or thin crust pizza?
Thin crust.
Deep dish.
You don't like deep dish.
I love deep dish. I love Gino's Pizza from Chicago, and I even get the ones from the freezer section. And you like it when I...
Yeah, I like those.
I mean, listen, pizza's pizza. Kind of at the end of the day, we both like pizza. I have to tell you, I am like, I know, it's gross, but my favorite is Jimmy John's and lots of sauces. And let me just tell you, this is so funny. Okay, so
Papa John's?
What did I call it?
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's, Papa John's, okay. So I love Papa John's. And so Alex and I will get Papa John's every once in a while, and we each get like our own pizza, large pizza. So I get pineapple and onion, don't come for me. And Alex gets like pepperoni and cheese or just cheese. And then we get sauce.
Or
jalapenos you like, from Hot Box Pizza. Okay, but then we'll get like cheesy bread or something on top of it. And then like our sauces are insane because He likes cheese and marinara sauce. I like ranch and the garlic sauce, right? And so we'll literally, I mean, this is no lie, you guys. We order like 10 extra sauces, okay? And we'll get it home and like he'll open it and Alex will be like, damn it, they didn't bring all of our cheeses. And I'm like, there's only 2 cheeses in there? There's only 2 cheeses. I'm like, I'm calling right now. We like go crazy.
They always forget.
They
don't forget to charge you.
I know, they screw us on the sauces. Papa John's.
I swear.
We've had it with you, Papa John's.
You forget them sauces, but you don't forget to charge.
Right. We want our sauces. We're all about the sauces in the Midwest.
You can also sponsor us too.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Okay.
Just kidding.
Okay, I know y'all aren't gonna have kids, but Alex will not even go to this question to even entertain it, okay? But I think it's a good question. I know y'all aren't gonna have kids, but if you could choose baby names, what would you choose? So if we had a boy and a girl, what would you name them?
I wouldn't.
See, I knew you wouldn't go there.
There's no point of like trying to figure out a name when you're not going down that route. It's like, well, yeah, I don't want to invest that energy.
I don't know what I would pick. I do, but I like character names for books since I write, so I do think about a lot of that kind of stuff. I like Burke for a boy, B-U-R-K-E.
Ken.
You like Ken?
Birkin.
Oh no. I'm like the purse?
Like the purr. Like Birkin.
Yeah. Okay. There's Dustin Daly and Nick already have their dog's name is Birkin, so we can't do that.
I wasn't saying to name something Birkin. I was just saying, like, I was finishing the word.
Yeah, what would be another Gooch? E. What's your baby's name? Well, we had twins, Gooch and Chi. Gucci. Okay. Alex, what was it like for you meeting Peter for the very first time?
Oh my God, it was so magical.
Please just flood me with the compliments.
I mean, it was literally supposed to be just like a one date thing.
Yeah. This is the funny thing about it, right? Okay, so Alex was literally at this point in his life where he was just going on dates because he wanted free dinners. This is just the truth, okay? It really is. He was young. He was just having a good time with his friends. It was nothing deep. I had asked him out like 6 months previous. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm still interested in my ex, whatever. I had kind of decided that I was tentatively gonna move to Colorado because I've been visiting my friend in Denver a lot that summer. Alex reached out to me the last time I got back and he was like, hey, when are we going on that date? And I was like, hey, are you done with your ex? That was literally the conversation. So we went out to dinner. Neither one of us, I don't think, ever expecting to be sitting there 2 weeks later. And here it is 13 years later.
I mean, the only expectation we had was to see each other naked.
That's the truth. But, so I have to say, and you know, honestly, like we've told other people this, it was like the best date I've ever had in my entire life. And I think I honestly went into it with like no expectations whatsoever. Like somebody asked on here about dating, they're like, what's advice for dating? I think to go into it and have literally no expectations whatsoever, just to like go into it and have a good time and see each other naked.
Yeah.
We did.
I mean, just so you know, there's a difference between priorities and expectations. Mm-hmm. You have your own priorities and what you're willing to accept from someone and how to be treated. Those are priorities. But like what to expect out of your actions from somebody else and like their reaction, like just have none. Like just do it for you and just do it to be fulfilled and just do it to have a good time.
What did you think of meeting me the first time?
Well, the first time I don't remember. The second time I also don't remember. But our first date I do remember. And it was great. I mean, it was just a great like interaction, and we connected, and we had great chemistry.
Me.
Well, I put out, didn't I?
Oh my God! We used to fight about this. He said that we didn't. We just made out.
No. I've always said that we've hooked up, but he believes that there was.
Okay. Please don't.
There was a home run, and then I just got to third base.
Oh my God! Use my code below. So here's the story. Okay, the first time, well, I had seen Alex and his friends out because they would walk in, the three of them, like they thought they were like Hollywood people or something.
We were.
Okay, so the first time I saw Alex was actually because he was giving birthday spanks to a friend of his, and I was out with another friend. We were at the same club. That was when I sent the message. The second time that he is talking about, that time he doesn't remember because he just didn't recognize, we didn't really meet. The second time was at a party, which was literally like on the Saturday before our date. and it was a white party, and he was pretty intoxicated, and he came up, and he was like, hi, and he had put his pants in coat check.
I actually hit them because I was not going to pay for coat check, but my friends put it in coat check because they were like, you're going to lose your pants.
So I was sitting with several of my sober friends, and Alex came up, and I was like, oh my God, please don't let him come over here. Please don't let him come over here. And he came over and he goes, have you seen my pants? And I go, no. And he goes, oh, okay, thanks. And then he walked away, and he turned and he came back, and he was like, Alex does this thing sometimes where he like walks on his toes. He kind of like came over and he goes, can't wait for our date next week. And he licked me on the face. That was that. My friends were like, who's that? I go, that's my date next week. It was kind of cute. Oh, he did actually call me that night though, and he asked me to come over and cuddle. And I said, no, we have a date next week, so we'll cuddle then. But anyway, okay. And what was it like meeting Alex for the first time? You know, it just was a really good day. We didn't even really finish our dinner. I remember we just sat there and talked forever and just about the most random stuff. It was really fun. So, let's see. Oh my God, these are okay. As a fellow Indiana resident, who is your college team that you root for? I mean, we don't really, but IU, always and forever.
Yeah.
My mom and dad went to IU. Alex went to IU and lived in Bloomington for a long time, so we're Hoosier fans all the way. How do you blend having different diets? P.S. Peter, would love to hear about your journey to being a vegetarian. I've talked quite a bit about it on my vlog channel. It doesn't affect us really at all.
No, because I mean, like, we don't cook, so therefore, like, there's no need to like have to figure out like dietary restrictions, so therefore like we just order.
Restaurants that like, you know, I can eat at, we really kind of look at that kind of stuff. Do you watch any YouTube channels together?
No.
You don't watch any YouTube channels, do you?
No.
Alex, what was your favorite birthday party or memory?
I mean, every single one of them. I think that like every year is special for its own like place and lives that you're at, so like they all hold very special place in my heart.
What's one small, really special memory? He always tells his story about when he was a kid, and that...
I don't always tell it.
You just told it.
I just told it for the first time ever.
No, not ever. That is a major exaggeration.
And, but yeah, I mean, I don't really have like a single like best story for like I mean, every birthday's special to me, so
yeah. The story is just about when he was a little kid and his party that his mom would have for him every year. So when we had this like get together for his friend had a surprise get together, and I helped organize it and stuff, and so he was kind of like sharing the story with him because it was like this special story from when he was a kid. What question do you hate being asked the most? Do you want kids? That's the question I hate.
Yeah, are you gonna have kids? You will be such a great dad.
I think that's why I don't like it, is because people always follow it up by like, you guys would be such great dads. And not just on YouTube, like with friends too. Friends are always like, oh, you guys don't want to be dads, you guys would be such great dads. And it's like, you know, and I appreciate that. I think that's a really nice compliment. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I take parenting very, very seriously. We have some friends of ours that are fantastic parents that I think that have, I mean, I'm like my friends, you know, Tanya and Eric, I mean, they raised such a fantastic young man, and our other friends are just, they've done such a fantastic job raising their kids. It's a career. It is literally a life choice and a career to be a parent. And it's also a major adjustment. And in all honesty, Alex and I think he would admit to this, are just way too selfish to have our life be about something that is not a priority to us to begin with.
Yep.
And I think that's an educated choice, you know? I think there are a lot of people out there that, especially I think really a lot of younger people that don't really think about all that goes into having a child. I also know for myself that if tomorrow, let's say if we changed our mind, which we won't, and we decided to have kids, that is what my life would become about. Living in the right neighborhood, having the right schools, all that stuff. And that's just not what I want my life to be about, so. Yeah, and that was like a deal breaker, like for both of us pretty much when we came in this relationship. I think maybe if I was with somebody that really wanted kids that bad, and I was really like, my life looks so different than it does now, but not how, I mean, I love my life. I feel blessed with my life. I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, like I have no emotional like desire to. I mean, it's not just about like my personal choices. It's just like there's zero fulfillment emotionally in me creating, raising, and like having some form of like creature grow out like by my like guidance. Like that means nothing to me. So
which then it goes into this is the thing that really bothers me sometimes, is that your choice to not have children equals, well, you don't like kids, or you don't ever, and like, so
well, that's people projecting.
That it is people projecting, you know. It's like, well, you guys just, you know, it's always like that, but that's just not the case. No coffee for a year, or no eating out for a year.
No coffee.
I actually thought about this. I mean, we eat out every meal. What would we do? I really think that I would do no coffee for a year too, and I would do tea. You typically get tea anyway now, don't you? Or do you get coffee now?
I get coffee.
He's become a coffee drinker. Let's see. Current Netflix series you both are into.
Well, I just got done watching Elite, and it was bomb. It was awesome. So that.
I just finished Mayor of Easttown on HBO Max, and I was blown away. And I think you're going to start it, aren't you? Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to start Manifest. It's going to be the next show that I'm going to watch. Pose or RuPaul's Drag Race?
Pose.
Really?
I love Pose.
I mean, I do too, but they're so entirely different shows. I was a little, I liked how it ended. There were some things I wish it would have done differently at the ending. I thought the ending was a little corny, honestly. And, but I love RuPaul's Drag Race because it just goes on forever and ever and ever. I mean, there will literally be season 152. Where is the furthest you two have traveled by car?
Miami.
Miami. And that is a road trip. And this is so funny because I love road trips. And the last time we did it, I said, Alex was like, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm flying. And I was like, what are you talking about?
He's like, it's my favorite part of the trip. And I'm like, you can do it by yourself.
He goes, you can do it by yourself, but I'm flying. He goes, we lose a whole day because we literally leave at like 6 and we're here by 9 and we have a whole day down here. He's like, we lose a whole day. He's like, we're so exhausted the next day. He was like, just so you can listen to audiobooks and coast to coast AM. No, I'm not doing this, right? And he sleeps the whole time anyway, so it's just pointless, right? And and then the next year I was like, I can't believe we're not doing our road trip. And we flew down here and I was like, I will never forget, because we go to this Venezuelan restaurant down here. We didn't do this time.
Or last time.
Or last time, called Doji's. And we usually go straight from the airport, so we have our suitcases and everything in this restaurant. And we just flew right in, and it was like 10 or 11 a.m. and we're eating at Doji's with our suitcases. And I'm like, oh, this is so much better than driving down here. I was like, yep, Alex was right. It's very important to admit that your partner is right when they're right. It makes them very happy. Okay. Has there ever been any YouTube drama that Alex has been interested in?
No.
That's all you want to say? No.
It was. I mean, it's just not a crowd of people that I care for. So like,
he doesn't have any interest in anything about it. He I don't even know.
Like if the entire community were to be like over tomorrow, like I would be like, all right.
But you would be sad because then I wouldn't have anything to make videos about it.
You will be so much more happy.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I love talking about the drama. This is a good one. Does Alex ever feel? We were just talking about this actually at the beach to the Instagram. Susie, does Alex ever feel protective of you when it comes to hate comments, people coming for you?
Yeah.
Oh, like you have no idea. Like no idea. Like I have to be like, Alex, please do not say anything. Please do not post anything. And he's like, I'm like, Alex? He's extremely protective. Very, very protective. It's probably, okay, so somebody asked on here, like, what are traits that you guys really like about each other? And Alex, the traits that I love is that he's extremely loyal. I mean, to a fault, loyal to his friends and family and to me, and protective, unbelievably protective. And third, the thing that he never complains. Like Alex is literally, he never complains about anything. He just does it.
Yeah.
What are the things you love about me?
Your penis.
Okay, Alex, could you be like just really serious for a second and tell me?
I am being really serious.
Okay, what other things?
Your charisma, your creativity, and your love for the world and for me.
World peace.
World penis.
He just does this because he knows it drives me crazy on
Why
video.
are you so red?
Honey.
Are you blushing?
What is your favorite memory in your relationship?
I can't say it because you're gonna blush.
Does it have to do with my penis?
It has to do with your butt.
Oh, please just shut up. Oh my God. Okay. Which of your plants is each of your favorites?
Plants?
Yeah, this is some Sophie. I like this question because we have all those plants.
The one that doesn't die.
Oh, which one's your favorite? You moved that one upstairs for a picture, then you never brought it back down. She must like how it looks up there.
Because she's thriving.
The palm tree. What's her name? Dolores?
Flor.
If you could style, I like this question. Okay, this is by Liz. If you could style each other, how would you do it? How would you style me?
With a harness and a ducks.
Alex, okay, seriously? Could you just be serious for 2 seconds? You guys want to know what our relationship is like? This is our relationship. 24 hours a day, okay, in bed. And he's like, just, it's constant. This is him. He's like, he just teases constantly. Okay, seriously, how would you style me if you could style me?
I don't know. I think like you always like look your best, like when you're wearing like skinny black jeans and a black tee, and like you're
Because
like,
that's what I'm wearing tonight.
well, and because like it just like effortless and you feel comfortable in it. So like when you're comfortable with what you're wearing, like your charisma and like the things that I like about you, like naturally like shine, because you're not thinking like how do I look, how do I feel, like how do I project or whatever. Like you're just you, and like your confidence is like natural, not forced. So like that's how I would like style you.
I would style you. I like how when you dress like how that Marc Jacobs husband dresses. That, well, I can't think of his name. Charla Fresca something. When you wear like big socks with like sneakers, because like Alex loves sneakers and stuff. I think that's so hot. All right.
I'm not picturing.
Huh?
I'm not picturing it.
You don't know who I'm talking about? Okay. If you could have dinner with any celebrity, who would it be and why, alive or passed on?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I've ever been like, I mean, aside from like musicians like Cascade and like Rufus the Soul, like I don't know like.
But what would you sit down there and have dinner with them and talk about? Like their
Oh my God, like their
needs?
music, their like journey, like how do they got to where they're at, like how do they connect and like create like such like moving like music that like resonate with everyone. Like I mean, like you play anything from Rufus the Soul and like connects to anyone at any time and any day. That's who I would have dinner with.
I would have dinner with Carly Rae Jepsen.
You can have fun.
I'm joking. I don't know. I think anybody alive or, I would love to have dinner with Harper Lee, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, because there's so many questions just about that whole like the secrets of her life, and Maya Angelou, because she just was so wise. Do you guys wear each other's clothes?
Yep.
Yeah, please. I wish. We're not the same size. That's all we'll say. House is on fire, first thing you take, and it can't be the dogs because somebody else already asked this question too, and they said, and the dogs are safe. So what will be the first thing you take?
Well, my phone.
Okay, you can get a new phone. I don't know what I would take.
I don't know. I mean, a big bag so I can put a bunch of stuff in it.
Alex, okay, this is how Alex plays games, okay? You get 3 wishes, okay? And what would your 3 wishes be? And Alex would be like, for 100 more wishes, for 1,000 more wishes, for 1,000,000 more wishes. I'm like, no, but you can't do that. And he goes, I can do whatever I want to do. It's my game. This is how he plays games, okay? He will not play by the rules.
Well, there was no rules. Did they say anything
You can't
about...
get a bag to put everything in the bag.
Is that
in the bag.
is that an instruction in the question?
It's a rule. It's a subliminal rule.
No, subliminal this.
Has Alex ever tasted Peter's cooking ever?
Yeah.
Like what?
You've made like, we used to make chili every like fall. So yeah.
Why did we stop making chili?
Because we don't know how to cook.
I burnt the pan of chili.
I mean, if our kitchen ever like catches fire.
How do you burn chili? And I did. I burned.
How do you burn the ceiling of a kitchen?
Alex, oh, I forgot about that this year. What was I making?
Stuffing.
Stuffing, I did. And I went over and the butter was like sizzling in the pan. And this is like at 4 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve. And I go over to the water and I put the water. You don't do this, I know. Everybody's told me, right? And it went pop like that. And I thought, oh my God, it's gonna pop in my face, which it didn't, thank God. But it like burnt the ceiling. Okay. And Alex actually is a really good cook. He makes really great salads. How did your friends and family react when they found out you didn't want kids? They could care less.
I mean, people that know us know that we wouldn't be good parents. So.
A lot of our friends have chosen not to have kids as well.
They were very grateful that we wouldn't want to embark in that journey.
Would y'all do drag makeover for a video? I would, but I would save it. Like,
if the price was right.
Nobody's paying us to do any kind of drag
I guess
makeover.
I'll never be in drag.
I would, but it would have to be like with somebody that I really, really loved as like a drag queen. Like if it was going to be for something like that, I would save it for that. I've actually never been in drag. Somebody in here asked, and I'm not opposed to it. It just has never come up or happened. Somebody asked in here if you're a golden star too. Do you know what that means?
No.
So golden star is somebody that's never had sex with a woman. Like Peter Monn is a golden star. See. So somebody want to know if you're a golden star.
I'm not.
He's not a golden star. Here it is. See, is Alex a golden star too? That was by Jin Jin.
Okay.
Do you play pranks? This is by Bluebird. Do you play pranks on each other and or jump scares for no reason? Or are you a normal couple? No, we are not a normal couple. My husband is a prankster of the world and constantly does stuff to me, okay? Like when I'm scared to death in bed, plays theme songs to horror movies where I think that Michael Myers is there. Or how about this? My biggest fear in the entire world is sharks. We're out in the water today and he's like, did you hear what that guy said over there? He said that he just spotted like a 6-foot shark. I was like, we're doing a pool day tomorrow. It's time to go in.
First of all, I didn't say how big the shark was that he saw, and he did say it.
But you do play pranks all the time.
Yeah. But not the kind that I wish I could play, because otherwise it used to be really livid. I see like those couples that like literally like, you know, like wake each other up with like the horn, or like they throw like water at each other or something.
I mean, I'm old. I have a heart attack.
Well, baby, you were not old 10 years ago, and you did not like them then.
What is a good prank that you've played on me, though?
I don't know. Like when I just scare you, and a little fart comes out because you're so scared.
That's such a lie. You're such a liar. That does not happen. You are such a liar. You're so dumb. Why are you so dumb? God. And why do you think that's so funny? God. My husband is so weird. He's so weird.
You think it's funny because you're laughing.
I don't know why. Oh God. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, I got a screenshot of Tati's new video. Okay. How did you both manage marriage and recovery regarding having a spouse in recovery? First of all, the marriage counseling thing really, really helped with that. I think it really brought our two sides, because we communicate differently. I'm a person in recovery, he's not. We have different languages how we recover, okay? I don't know how to explain this to somebody that's not in recovery, but if you go to meetings, one of the topics that comes up a lot, right, is the majority of the people that I know are married to people that are not in recovery, or date people that are not in recovery. So one of the regular topics that comes up is, there are things that I have to do for my sobriety that has nothing to do with drinking. At 26 years sober plus, by this point, it's really not about the drinking. It's really about the living. It's really about emotional sobriety. So like, if there are things that happen in our relationship that I have to take responsibility for, I have to take accountability for, I have to make amends to Alex or whatever, right? Like, I have to do that. Before we went to marriage counseling, things would come up and I'd be like, yeah, I need to talk to you about this and I need to take accountability. And I'm really, you know, like, I own this and you should. That would be kind of the response. Since we've gone to marriage counseling, it's like we really have discussions about that. And so I respect where he's coming as a person that's not in recovery, and he respects me as a person that is in recovery to the best that we can. I think one of the greatest things that helps is me having other friends that are sober, like my best friend Tanya, who is also married to somebody that's not in recovery. Because there are just certain things that Alex is never gonna get. I mean, he just is not gonna get. Alex is somebody that can go out and he can have 3 or 4 glasses of wine and come up and go to bed and be done. I'm not that person. I would have 15 glasses of wine. I would get kicked out of wherever we were going to. Want to go to some after hours party until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Want to do all kinds of substances that were sent my way and could give a rat's ass if he was worried about me or not. And so we can think completely different ways.
Well, I also think that like before we actually went into therapy, like we had found a balance, and although our communication was not necessarily in sync, though I think it was also respected, and we respected the differences of each other, and we understood that like just, you know, one lifestyle and one way of living for the other is not necessarily like fit for the other. Therefore, like we accepted that, and we accepted the differences, and we accepted the perimeters that we set for that, and we have rules that like, you know, like we always have to communicate, we always have to text, we always have to like let each other where the other one is, and like that's how like we've gotten comfortable and I guess acceptance of, you know, the difference of like being sober or not. So because I mean like I know that like for Peter, like it's like a safety thing, right? Like, you know, there's some situations that like he, you know, does not feel comfortable like putting himself into because of like the inability of like being able to like depart whenever he chooses or whenever he feels uncomfortable, like going on a boat or going on like an air balloon or like hot air balloon or like
it's not really so much that, it's situations that are, it's gonna stop, hold on just a second. Okay, it's more like places that I don't feel like I can get out of if I don't feel safe. Like, okay, so for example, this weekend, Alex was invited, we were invited to go to like a yacht party, right? And I was like, this is not a safe place for me. I don't know these people. I don't know what's gonna happen when we get there and we're out on the ocean and I might feel very uncomfortable. That's not a safe place for me. And Alex was like, that's fine, babe, we won't go, you know, whatever, I wanna spend the time with you. So it's situations like that. But what I wanted to say is that I think it is absolutely vital, you know, and we always get a lot of questions when I do the Q&A thing about why did you guys go to marriage counseling? What specific reason was it? People speculate about specific reasons. It was a varied amount of reasons. I mean, it was so many things that had led up and built up that we were to the point that Alex looked at me and said, we're either going to go to marriage counseling or we're going to go our separate ways. And I was the one that was resistant to it. And he was the one that wanted to go. And so we went and we said, we're going to give it everything that we have for a year. And at the end of the year, if we have put everything into it and it's done, we'll go our separate ways. If not, then hopefully things are still good. One of the most important things talking about couples that are like, as far as one person in recovery, the other person isn't, is, and I can't tell somebody else what to do on their recovery journey, and I don't know what works for them, okay? All I know is for this alcoholic and addict, I do not know how people keep emotional sobriety, and emotional sobriety is who are you when you put the drink and the drug down, okay? I know a lot of people that put the drink down, they put the drug down, or they put one drug down and use another drug, and that works for them, and they say they're happy and whatever. I don't know. This alcoholic and this addict drinks and uses drugs because I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. I had a lot of childhood trauma. I had a lot of issues that I drank over and I used over, right? So I have to continue to work on myself on a regular basis. I have to have a sponsor. I have to go to meetings. I have to continue to do the work. We call that the medicine in recovery. I have to continue to take my medicine. For my marriage, I have to keep on going to meetings. He knows. Tuesday nights is what? It's my home group meeting that I go to with my best friend. You know, he knows that on Monday night I have my literature group with my girlfriends. He knows my schedule of what I do. And that's important, you know, that he's part of that and he understands that. But I have to, as the person in recovery, take care of my recovery. He is not responsible for my recovery. I am. He can't get me drunk and he can't keep me sober. That's my responsibility, you know? And just like my dad said when I first got sober, there's no pats on the back for doing what everybody else is doing. My job is to stay sober and come up so that he and I can meet each other face to face, you know? And I have to do that. That's my job, not his. And he's so fantastic about being supportive of my recovery and making me feel safe in situations, and I'm so incredibly thankful for that. So
you're welcome.
You for that. Thank you. You're welcome. And for your small farts, something.
And those are yours.
No, those are yours. Especially when I scare you and then you just let out a little.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that not funny? But the idea of me farting is funny. Why is that? That's not fair.
I don't know.
You're not fair. Anyway, happy birthday. I love you.
I love you too.
What do you want most for your birthday?
Yep.
What is it?
To use your code from Adam and Eve.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, we really appreciate you guys watching. I love you. And everybody wish Alex a happy birthday in the comment section below. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.